welcome to BSF Recovery Team. If you caught last week's video, you'll know that we were at the 2013 March winter run. And even though we had the chains on, we were having some trouble getting through the snow. If you watched the whole video, you would also know that we came across this Camando that needed a tow out of the woods. You might also remember that once we got onto the main trail, we were doing pretty good, but I did say there was a couple hills to climb. And this is where we kind of left you hanging in the last video. Because the truck started shaking so much, I had to let out of the throttle, and that made me lose all my momentum. So we failed on the first attempt and had to back down. On the second attempt, we got so close to the top that I didn't back all the way down. I just backed up about 15 feet or so, and that was all it took to get over the top. Once we were over the top, the downhill side was no problem. But if any of you recognize the section of trail that we're on from the summertime recoveries, you'll know that we have to make a hard right turn here. In the summertime, with one on the hook, this is usually a 2 or 3 point turn for the wrecker. And in the winter, it was even worse. Once we were around the corner, we found ourselves heading uphill, and again on a section of trail that only had a few tracks on it. After I was able to claw my way up the hill a little ways, I noticed Mara was not behind us. So I decided to back up a few feet, stop, and go see what was keeping her. I found out what was keeping her. She'd gotten the Jeep a little sideways on that last hill climb. And we got her straightened out and got her up to the top of the hill. But when we got back to the wrecker, we found out that I had lost one of the chains off of the wrecker. Luckily, after an extensive search, we found the chain right at the top of the last hill. Unfortunately, the tire chain was broke, so I wasn't able to put it back on. So we had to proceed without a chain on the right rear. Thank God for the grizzly locker in the back. Getting any momentum up proved to be quite difficult. Even though it doesn't look like it, we were making progress, so we kept trying. Even though you can't see it on the camera, I will have to admit, we finally gave up and hooked another truck to the front of the wrecker. Once we were over the hill, we unhooked the other truck and sent him ahead to break trail. Even though there wasn't tracks on it, we decided to take the trail to the right. It meant less hills to climb. And as I was sitting here waiting for him to clear the corner so I could have a good run on it, they hollered back for a chainsaw. That meant the trail was blocked, and we had to cut a tree out of the way first. This recovery was getting to be quite a workout, not only for the wrecker, but for us too. Once we got the tree cut out of our way, and were through that section, we only had a few hundred yards to go before we were out of the woods. But that last few hundred yards proved to be quite difficult. Even the trucks in front breaking trail were having difficulty.
Keep the momentum up, we do all right. Yeah. You know, I get scared a little bit when I do that though, because I'm afraid of bouncing off the tree. The steering don't work quite as good this year.
Whoa, hard to build up any momentum that way. comes the strap again. And there it is. Now you can see the last little hill we have to climb before we're out of the woods. As you can see, that's proving to be very difficult also, because of the drift that's at the top of that hill. Now it's our turn, and yes, we're still hooked up to the green truck. Both trucks were taking quite a pounding to try and get through the drift at the top of that hill, but we soon realized that the green truck wasn't able to get through the drift even on its own, without the strap being tight. So we backed it up and unhooked. That way he could try and break through the drift all by himself.
Unhook and see if you can get up.
Once the green truck was through the drift and over the hill, we were going to grab a longer strap to tow the wrecker up. But of course, I had to try it on its own first. sure enough, with a little persistence, we were able to get over the top all by ourselves. Now, my question to you is, does anybody recognize that green Chevy that was helping me out? You've seen it before in one of my other videos.
Alrighty.
Thanks for watching, BSF Recovery Team. Keep wheeling, and maybe we'll see you in the woods.
You got the boss with you here, I see. Oh yeah, she loves it. Is this fun? This is fun, isn't it?